Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rav'n's Astro Forecast. Today is Friday, September 15th, 2023, and I'm your host, Rav'n Moon. Since we're playing a lot of catch up, I took a lot of time off in August and September. Why don't we do a real quick planetary roundup and just see where the stars are today? As most of you know, the sun is in Virgo around 22 degrees. The moon is still in Virgo for a little bit longer, maybe a few more hours, and then it will transit into Libra. Mercury is retrograde in Virgo, Venus is retrograde in Leo, Mars is in Libra. Let's see, we have Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. We have Chiron in your North Node in Aries, and we have Neptune and Saturn in Pisces, and Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. I believe I didn't really look it up, but I think Saturn, Neptune, and Jupiter are all currently retrograde as well. No big deal. It's just what the planets do, right? So we were doing our moon exploration. Again, I really just want to emphasize how important the moon is in someone's birth chart, right? So the sun is definitely kind of like the filter of the main personality aspects. But the moon really represents your emotional needs, what your soul is going to need for fulfillment in this life. So a great example, last night I was doing karaoke with some friends, and I have a friend, and I always promise I won't use names, but my friend, he's a Leo, and I already know he's a very strong Leo. He has, I think, maybe 5 planets in Leo, all right on top of each other. But this person could not be more non-Leo. He's soft and shy and reserved and just so soft-spoken and quiet and all those things. So we're sitting there and we're talking, and I'm just like, this just isn't making sense to me. Give me your birth data. And I start typing stuff in, and I'm like, oh my God, there it is. Right opposite of that big cluster of all these Leo planets is his moon in Pisces. So Pisces is soft. Pisces is, Pisces needs universal love, right? And Pisces sees universal love, which explains so much of my friend's kindness and compassion and all of these traits that don't really come from Leos, at least not when you first meet them. So it's just, with the moon constantly opposite of his sun, his Venus, his all of that, and his moon needing that, that compassion, that universality, that kind of thing, it shows how the moon actually kind of overrides his sun sign. So here's somebody that definitely walks through the world like a Pisces, but if you looked at his birth chart, you'd say, "Oh, that's a really strong Leo." So I just want to put that out there. A lot of times people will say, "Well, I just don't understand. I just don't understand how this all ties together," and I get it because it's way more complicated than just whatever sign you're born under, right? So with that, let's talk about. We'll continue talking about just the moon and birth charts. I know we left off probably if you want to go back and look, maybe August 8th or August 16th. I don't know. Like I was saying, the moon will be traveling into Libra tomorrow. And yes, I left off with Virgo, and I know there was a new moon in Leo, and that's probably when I was like, bye, everybody. With leaving off with Virgo, the next sign comes Libra. I'm not going to be able to get too deep into Libra because I had my fantastic real-life example, and I love fantastic real-life examples, so that's worth spending time on. And I promise I'm going to be around a lot more so we can keep a little bit on the cycle. So today we'll talk a little bit about people who are born with the moon in Libra. Remember, Libra is a sign of social graces, partnership, love, love, all of those things. So when somebody has the moon or is born with the moon in Libra, they probably possess a lot of social graces and charms. These are people that probably host a lot of parties. They have a really heightened sensitivity to the attitudes and opinions of others because for them to be emotionally fulfilled, they need the approval of others. So that's what you'd see there. If the moon is afflicted, you might come across somebody that might be overly needy or overly dependent on approval. With that, my 5 minutes is up. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. See you on my birthday Monday.